Hello, welcome to the Liberated Multitasker. My name is Judy. Today we're going to make a bacon cheeseburger casserole. So the first thing we're going to do is to brown our ground beef. Now the recipe calls for 1.5 pounds, but I'm going to go ahead and use 2 pounds. Now I've already cooked my bacon. You know, I like to pre-cook my bacon and freeze it. So I already have some cooked bacon in the freezer. And later I will pull out about 1/2 pound of bacon for this casserole. Now I'm going to salt and pepper this ground beef and let it start to brown. I'll take my wooden spoon and go ahead and break some of this up. I like it to be pretty fine. Now on my gas stove, I usually cook this on low. Depending on your stovetop, you may need medium heat. Mine does really well at low. This is a Pinterest recipe, and I will link it in the description notes below. Now, I've made a few adjustments to this recipe that I will share with you along the way. One of which I've already mentioned. I'm using 2 pounds of ground beef instead of 1.5 pounds. This is one of our favorite recipes. I've cooked it a couple of times, and it's one that my son loves as well. So this is going to be a freezer meal for him. Still just chopping up this meat, breaking it up and letting it brown. Now it's about time to add some seasonings. So I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of seasoning salt, I'm going to add 1 cup of onion. The recipe calls for half an onion chopped. I'm just using 1 cup. I'm adding about 3 cloves of roasted garlic. And even though the recipe does not call for bell peppers, I'm going to add some. I like the color and nutrition they add to a dish. And let's not forget the flavor. Now I'm just going to stir all this up together and let the meat continue to brown. I have several other low-carb and keto-friendly recipes that I'll be glad to add toward the end of this video if you'd like to watch those. Comment below and let me know some of your favorite recipes. Now I've already mentioned that this is going to be a freezer meal. I will be using my soup cubers that you don't see in the video, and I end up with 8 servings out of this one dish for one person. Now if you're interested in the soup cubers, I will leave a link in the description notes below to make those easier to find. Just still waiting for the ground beef to get good and brown, and for all those flavors to blend together. I'm going to preheat the oven to 350 degrees. Now I'm going to get ready to drain some of this grease off. Normally in pans like this, I use paper towels. It will take quite a few in this particular dish. Now I'm going to add 2 ounces of cream cheese, 2 tablespoons of ketchup, and about 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. Pretty sure I didn't say that right. I'm just going to mix all this up together and let that cream cheese get good and melted. Just mixing it all in together. Now it's about time to get my casserole dish ready. So I'm going to spray this with some spray. I'm using some avocado spray. And now I'm going to put all this meat mixture into my casserole dish. Just spreading it out evenly. Now I have about a ½ pound of cooked chopped bacon, and I'm just going to sprinkle that evenly over the top. Who doesn't love bacon? It is so good. But if you don't like it, just leave it off. Now, I'm going to use diced fire roasted tomatoes that have been drained. The recipe actually calls for 6 dill pickle chips, but I've substituted that with some tomatoes. Just one of my other changes I've made to the recipe. Now I'm going to move this to the side. Now I'm going to get my batter bowl for this next step. We're going to add 2 farm fresh eggs. A ½ cup of heavy whipping cream. And about 1 cup of shredded cheese. Here I'm using just medium cheddar. I'm going to mix all this up together. Just get it well blended. And now we're going to pour this over the top of our dish. I'm going to scrape all this out, and then I'm going to spread it evenly over the top. Just using my spatula from the Dollar Tree. It's one of my favorites. Now I have about a cup of pepper jack cheese that I'm going to sprinkle over the top. And now it is about ready to go into the oven. I'm going to place it in the oven for about 20 minutes. Everything is cooked, so the only thing you're really trying to do is to get the cheese good and melted. Now it's been about 20 minutes. The cheese is good and melted. Let's take a look. Oh, that looks so good. I wish you could smell it too. Let me know if you decide to try this dish. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I hope to see you soon.